개발자 TV.
So now that you have an understanding of how a database works and kind of what it is, let's look at how to actually create those collections that we just talked about. So in our Finstagram app, I'm going to go over here and click on the Data tab, which is this little red kind of spreadsheet looking icon here, or magical spreadsheet actually. And you can see that just like the other video, I've got an automatic collection here called users. And Adalo generates this for me anytime I create an app. And there are a couple of properties in here already, which we'll look at later, but these are just provided by default. But let's go ahead and set up our other collections here. And the easiest way to think about when you need to create a collection is to think about the nouns in your app. So things, in this case, for our Instagram clone, we need to create maybe posts, right? If we have messaging, we may need to create some messages. If we've got notifications, right, we need to create collections for all these things. So let's go ahead and create some now. I just, gonna fill in this name here and click add. I'm not gonna add any properties yet. I'm just gonna keep adding some collections. So I'll add another one here. We've got users, we've got posts. We may have comments on those posts, right? So I'll create a collection called comments. Let's add another collection. I think I mentioned notifications, right? Let's think here. Yeah, if we've got messaging, we need to add some messaging or messages. All right, and that's pretty good to get started with. We may have some other collections that we need to add as we build out, and that's totally okay. It's perfectly fine for you to not have it fully fleshed out when you're first starting out. As you build, you will start to recognize what collections you need. And one very important thing about collections, especially when trying to determine what you need as a collection, is to make sure that these are concrete ideas, right? And what I mean by that is that it may be tempting to create a collection called likes, right? Or maybe a collection called favorites. But it's important to note that these are not actual things, right? You can't see or interact with a favorite, or you can't see or interact with a like. Technically, what these are, your favorites or your likes are a post, right? I favorite a post, I like a post. So I can't actually make a collection of favorites or a collection of likes, but these posts, as a user, I can like a post, I can favorite a post, right? So when you're creating these collections, an important rule of thumb here is, can it be listed, right? I can't really list favorites, I can't really list likes, but I can list posts. So that's kind of an important rule of thumb is, can I list it and can I see it visually on the screen? And so those are very important things to keep in mind when you're creating your collections here. And in the next video, we'll look at the properties within these collections.